And we're back. Our guest in this segment is Doug Moore with the Turning Point Council, which is what I'm going to get an education about as you do the same thing. Doug, welcome. Good to have you here, my friend.
Sam, thank you. Thanks for allowing me to be here.
What is this council all about?
The Oklahoma Turning Point Council is a group that comes together to promote health, healthy living, and partnerships throughout the state of Oklahoma.
That's a broad brush.
Very broad brush.
Yeah.
And in fact, I'm a city planner. And so for me as a city planner, why am I involved with this state health organization or health group? To improve quality of life throughout communities that I work with. So we'll have folks with the mental health industry that will be there. We'll have folks with the health coalitions from around the state, folks that work for TSAT with the healthy living programs across the state, folks that work in food banks, you name it, all over. We do work really close with the state Department of Health. In fact, they had folks that actually worked with us that were through what they called the State Turning Point program, where they had about 15 individuals throughout the state. With the state health cuts, the majority of those folks are gone, but we still, as a council, are there because what are we there for? Once again, it's educate. We work to educate and to advocate. So by bringing us all together, we believe in the power within communities. That within communities, you have resources available for you. So bring them together, but not just at the community level with your coalitions, your health coalitions and all, but also further out with the state, as the state as a whole.
Let me back up just a minute.
Sure, you bet.
All right, because
sorry, I get a little passionate.
That's good. That's good. We need to have that. Passion's a good thing. Who funds it? Is this a volunteer deal?
It's a volunteer. It is not funded through the state, with the exception of any support that we may receive. There's a person that provides some support and assistance to us. Very a little bit of her time is dedicated. So we pretty much generate our own funds. So how do we do that? We have an annual conference every year where we have sponsors, sponsorship opportunities. We also turn around and the main reason we do that is to provide education on health issues throughout the state. So
We're seeing right now on the screen
that's off of our website.
a number of things from your website. It's kind of going back and forth on us, but again, there is so much here that you guys are involved in.
That's correct.
I mean, you've got folks from all walks of life.
That's correct.
Where do you
That's
meet?
correct. Typically, we meet in the Oklahoma City area, and we float from different locations down there, sometimes at the State Health Department, sometimes the city and county of Oklahoma City will provide space for us. But we typically float around within the Oklahoma City area. Our conferences typically, at this point in time, we hold those down also in the Oklahoma City area, just because for us it's access. It's been easier for venues down in that area, not where we can't go out throughout the state. We also, when we meet, we try to do that through video chat, through audio conferencing, so that we can reach. Because there's sometimes I help out with the city of Guymon. The company that I work for supports a lot of efforts with the city of Guymon right now. So I might be over in Guymon where I'll call in or I'll use the video chat to be able to come in and sign in with our meetings.
If you don't mind, let's jump ahead just a bit and get to where the rubber meets the road from the organization. From the top, who do you report to? Who do you hand your recommendations over to?
Our recommendations that we make, we turn around and we hand off to state legislators as more of an advocacy role. So what we do at our conference, once again, we bring people to educate, but in addition to that, we bring all of our members together so that we can determine what the key issues are every other year in the state of Oklahoma.
I would-
And that's what we gear and focus towards.
I would think the insurance companies in and outside of Oklahoma would be very interested in your work.
We do have members from insurance companies, hospitals as well that are part of what we do.
Which brings me back.
Banks as well.
Banks too.
Yes.
That brings me back to the other side. Where the rubber meets the road, who then benefits from your recommendations if the lawmakers listen?
The state of Oklahoma.
The whole
The
state?
residents of the state of Oklahoma. And an example of an initiative that we pushed and promoted was we would like to see the reduction of smoking and tobacco use in Oklahoma itself. So as we promoted policies for that, one of them was the increase of the sales tax related to tobacco. Why was the tax important? Because research shows that that tax would actually get people to give up cigarettes. It would keep children from starting to smoke. Our research basically said $1.50 a pack sales tax, that's a magic number to be able to get folks to give up cigarettes and work that way. State legislators didn't go along with that, they only went along with the dollar, but understand any movement that we get along those lines makes Oklahoma healthy.
You do know, I mean, certainly you have to know that in some cases, as in this case, you may not see them, but you're going toe-to-toe against lobbyists.
Yes, yeah, we do. And we do see that from time to time.
And they care more about the dollar than they do the customer.
You're right.
Which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
You know, Oklahoma, in so many ways, is such a diverse state. No, I'm not running down other states.
No.
Don't misunderstand me. But ours is unique in that you got your chicken fried steak, you got your chili that's so spicy it'll bend a spoon, you got your fried chicken, you got your barbecue that'd make a lumberjack drop his axe. And people here, there's a conservative bent on a lot of things. Don't tell me how to live. Don't tell me I had to put these cigarettes down. Give me that gun.
That's right.
There is a mentality here of some of the folk who are native, and yet we have such a large influx of outsiders. Now, couple that with this. In Tulsa alone, 80% of the children in public schools are receiving assistance because they don't have enough money to eat. That means there's a high hunger element.
That's correct.
You guys really have your work cut out for you.
We sure do. Some of the other issues that we tackle, obesity here in the state, as you've mentioned. Obesity leads to diabetes, so there are issues along that. Right now, one challenge that we are working towards to trying to, basically to try to educate folks on is the opioid crisis that we're going on. So at our conference this last year, we actually evaluated the policies and what we've been working on, and because, like I said, every 2 years we revisit what we're working towards so that we keep up with the changing times of the state. And we are continuing to look for the issues of tobacco use, of smoking. Smoking, secondhand, third-hand smoke is extremely dangerous. Smoking within vehicles with children there is extremely dangerous.
You know,
those are issues we're dealing with.
Something, Doug, that really bothers me is when I hear folks say, oh, I'm not going to have my children vaccinated. No, that's my choice. I'm going to do it that way. We got a fellow running for governor right now who has, I think, 6 children. He said he had half of them vaccinated. He chose not to have the other half. And I made the remark when I found that out, I'd like to be a fly on the wall at Thanksgiving to hear how those arguments go in about 18 years.
Yes.
Why didn't you get us vaccinated, Dad?
Yeah.
There has to be a way to promote education in that area.
Yes. So one, and I brought some examples, and if you go to our website, which is the OKTurningPoint.org, www.okturningpoint.org.
Remember that.
You can go onto that website and you can look at our advocacy, or our more about us and our positions and what we're advocating for. Right there, there's a letter that you can read and you can sign that can be sent to your senator that turns around and tells, hey, these are issues we're concerned about. In addition to that, we have slides that are on there where you can access a PowerPoint presentation, which gives you information where you can look and be able to communicate as you're talking on these issues. And then we also have information there where you've got the slides with speaking points to go as well.
Very good information. Again, the website address
is www.okturningpoint.org.
Hey, thank you, my friend.
Appreciate the time.
I really appreciate what you're doing and all the folks involved in it.
Thank you.
Because Lord only knows we need the help.
Striving for a healthier Oklahoma. That's what it's all about.
Thanks again for doing it. Okay, you know, sometimes you just need a helping hand, and you may not even know it, especially this day and age. We'll have more on that when we come back.